The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Now a first carry for Jonathan Stewart. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
On second down, here's Allen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
And what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back into
heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there. Did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Man open underneath, it's Gronkowski. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Brady to Gronkowski, cover athlete to cover athlete for a Patriot first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield and go cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now a play fake. Brady. This is caught. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. To throw is Brady. And that's caught by Gronk for a Pats touchdown. Tom Brady with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Patriots at... So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. On first down, Brady. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there for New England. 49 yards.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there? Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he's gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
They'll go again to McCoy. And some space here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Charles, I think sometimes maybe we take LaShawn McCoy for granted. Been in the league since 2009. He's played 12 or more games every season as a running back. 30 years old this year. What do you see for his future?
I still see a very bright future for him.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Brady now on first down. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
A good pickup there at 22. So another snag for Fitzgerald, who in 2015 became the youngest player at age 32 to hit 1,000 receptions. He's piling up some more.
Well, the way he's playing today, it's almost like he's trying to get a second 1,000 just in one contest. And when they're operating this well and clicking like that, well, that's a big reason why they're winning the game.
Give him 30 yards there. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hitting this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Patriots add on to the... After an excellent punt, this offense in a tough spot down inside their own 5. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way. They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room. across the 5 to the 6-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Throwing is Brady on third down. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now. That's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a good game. They go play action here on first down. Escapes the sack. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Well, not good at all. And now the Packers get set to go. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. This quarterback now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 6 there on first. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now Allen throwing on second down. His throw incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept him. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Alec Ogletree coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. throwing on first down is Brady. And Green with a catch left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16. Brady now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And an alley to run. Stops shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Now Brady throwing on second down. And some room to work. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Tom Brady flashing the mobility, scrambling there for a first down. On first and 10, here's Brady. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out west at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, where it was the visiting Raiders who were able to come away with the road win. Jordan Howard, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, let's head over to New Era Field to see what's happening with the Bills. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. Baker Mayfield, sharp in the victory as his guys get back within a game of 500. And finally, on Monday Night Football, a good one down in Big D. The Titans in town to take on the Cowboys. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. All right, time for us to spotlight Rob Gronkowski. And what can they do to better account for him? Because they haven't accounted for him well so far as we see here on your screen.
They may have to drop coverages they haven't run so far. They have to create something on the fly because he's beaten everything. And when you watch this game unfold, you keep thinking to yourself, is it 2 men, 3 men, maybe even a 4th guy may have to go and account for him. But right now, he's shredding the defense.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards. So Brady and the Pats take over first and 10 at their 25-yard line. On play action, now Brady. He's going to fire one deep over the... He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And give him a gain of 37. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who can make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Now he'll escape to his right, and he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look forward to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
On first down, Allen toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On second down, they run with Stewart. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Getting set to go again. We get a peek at Larry Fitzgerald as he heads back out there now. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we saw, but you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Airing this one out for Fitzgerald, and he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first, and it's third down now.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
New England on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Play action. Now it's Brady. Looking for Gronkowski, and he's got him complete. Past the 20. 10. And now look at this. Big game, but a fumble. And this is going to be Packer football.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here's Allen. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Throwing on first down is Allen. A quick hitter complete. It's Grant. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Looking deep downfield. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on third downs, and it's costing them.
And this is blocked. The Pats bring heat, and they get home. And they are going to take possession here, knocking on the door of the red zone at the 23. Well, put that block on top of the nice lead that they have, and now it's trouble here in the third quarter on the other sideline.
Well, I think it's more than trouble. They're just trying to figure out how to survive through this ball game now. They're about to really lay it down on them.
And they can just run some clock, get this thing to the fourth quarter, try to put it on cruise control. Throwing on first down. Brady, incomplete.
Sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Brady will try again on second down. And caught, right side, Green. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's third down. To throw on third down, Brady. Forced out to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Here's Patty. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the three, fake it. It doesn't work.
And sometimes pride wins, doesn't it? Because, yes, they're getting steamrolled here right now. They're down big, and they're going to try a fake field goal against them. Yeah, I'm not supposed to do it, but good for them for stopping that one and showing that they haven't given up on this game.
Yeah, I just can't believe, though, that they tried the fake with this rival margin up that big. But like you said, kudos to the D.
Yeah, if the blood wasn't bad before,
it is now.
It might have started that way now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be third down.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him to first. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling, maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
They were looking for a cushion from that end zone, and he gave it to him. 15 big yards. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And now they'll throw with Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The tight end, Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver. And it's third and short. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And now Edelman. It's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Patriots take over. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 23. They begin here with a run by West. Bust through the tackle. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Petty now. And he's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
This is West. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Taking a shot here for Marshall. That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Jalen Marshall, his 1st touchdown. Allen now on 1st down. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
To the air, Allen. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. Brian Grant, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He's going to loft one deep left side. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And you don't see that every day. Actually lost 14 yards there on the return. But I guess the important thing, they have possession of the football. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about you?
And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And that one results in 35 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 24. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's Johnson, end zone. Touchdown, New England. In for the score. And the forced turnover. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Allen, and his throw's going to be incomplete. The veteran Jason McCourty there to make sure that one didn't find its target.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
They have no room to breathe. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Now let's go!
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And his throw here's incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
To throw, it's Allen. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And
because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Edelman set to return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out come the Patriots. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that Team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. The team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL,
and for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
I guess I got to hand it to him. That was ambitious.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Now Allen throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception. Wow.
You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And he's got Gresham. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
So third and goal, Stewart. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now fourth and goal.
Another stop on third down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Allen, got to have this one. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Well, I've never seen this one. It's second down, and the punt team is out there. On is the punter King to send it away. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And the return will stop right around the 25. just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. Throw it on, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
All right, here we go. Green, 35.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And Gresham's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone, as time has run out on this ball game. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So for the Pats, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
What's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. What's up? Hey, I got that check-in to go. I'm gone. A lot of these was lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that cost. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. Good drip. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from filling out to putting it in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hanging and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Like my beat ain't no happy, but later I'm calling the guap. Who gave you a voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie got the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check-in to go. A lot of these was lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that cost. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
With me, boy. Your hands in your fingers. Your ears with get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get it fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my zip the back that like a pogo. Don't do these they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable 2 wheels and they going wild down in Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a pollo. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. From the got in the gently. Ain't being friends with these. When I was down, I so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe.
Running free. It's a coach.
Now we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now Wilson on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills, and that'll bring up second down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on
a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. Stills the intended target. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
The numbers for Freeman a week ago. 15 carries, 102 yards.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes a leading rusher.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jack Doyle, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead.
The defense are going to have to start doing something different because this guy's absolutely carving them up, especially down here in the red zone. He's been one of the top receiving tight ends here in the first half of the season.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And this passing game, this whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
They go play action here on 1st down. That is incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
This is caught by Antonio Brown. First catch for the NFL's leader in receiving yards a year ago, and a 1st down. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football, and then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
Now Keenum. It's complete to Brown, right side. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
How about the defense not hanging their heads from the previous play where they were beat for a big run, came back on the very next down, and made a play defensively that was to their credit.
And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders, 30 yards. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later, not right now in the moment.
We are in the first quarter. We get you back to the action to see how this defense can do on this upcoming drive. And now out comes Minnesota. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They go to Johnson again. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh, boy, you wish you hadn't.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
The numbers for Njoku from a week ago. 4 catches, 59 yards.
And I'd certainly expect it.
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Now whistles as time has run out on this first quarter. 14-0 is our score. We're back to Minneapolis in just a moment. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Now a first carry for their fullback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Aqib Talib there to stop him.
As diverse as the running game has become in the NFL, there's still a place for the fullback position. And on that play, he gained nice yardage.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. He's got his tight end in Njoku. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. His throw incomplete. The former Bill, Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and this shows on the scoreboard.
Throwing is Wilson. It's a shoulder here, complete to his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
On the stop, Stephon Anthony with a tackle.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked #1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And Gold is able to put it through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got a man, it's Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into it.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Detroit. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of Plays when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Jackson now to return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And out now come the Vikings. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. He read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And Stills over the middle. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
A first carry for Elijah McGuire. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch.
And caught up. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll start the drive with Drake. Had the nifty footwork, but only able to get it to his own 20. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On first down, Downs to throw. And it pops. Free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. On 2nd down, Dobbs. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And they can't bring him down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Dobbs looking to throw on first down. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Dobbs now just 3 of 6 throws. But that last completion gets a first down. On 1st and 10, Dobbs. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. A quick throw, but incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Dobbs now on 2nd down. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodge. Two pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Lions are able to grow their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half. And get on out and talk about it. When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Again, it's Johnson. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin by jetting up to Orchard Park. Buffalo hosting visiting Chicago from the NFC. And it's the Bills with the lead in the second quarter. Derrick Henry has a touchdown run. From there, we'll head to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Jordan Matthews, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. The Bucks still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. In the game you're watching, it's the new signee, Case Keenum, leading the way. His guys have just about put this one on ice already. As for the call of the second half, we turn things back over to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. Room here to run. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, Detroit. Antonio Brown, 97 yards. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Jackson now to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So that right there was his second pick, but keep in mind, this is a guy who once had a rare 3 interceptions. Game in his career.
So what are you saying? That getting 2 in a game is like kid stuff for him? That's nothing. He's already done that, right? Been there, done that. You know he wants a third again.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Let's go, let's go. We're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Let's go, let's go.
Throwing on first down is Keenum. That is caught inside the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On second down, here's Keenum. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. In for the score. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they can. In for 6. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
The previous play is under review.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return. Just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
On second down, Johnson. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Eddie Vanderdoes there on the stop.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. That's Njoku over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain. But that
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Keenum throwing on second. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. The Lions on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Keenum. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's... Third and 2, Keenum. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jordy Nelson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions have got it on cruise control.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on. Just carving.